Hello everybody and welcome back to the Retro Union Collectors channel today, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Galactic Odyssey Collection Dominus Criminal Pursuit 2-pack. And this 2-pack has Barricade and Punch-Counterpunch. But first let's go ahead and take a look at these box. So this box reminds me a lot of the Generation Selects boxes. It's just that nice cardboard look. Got a big Dominus logo right here, continued onto that side. On the top here you get a nice Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy logo, Galactic Odyssey Collection, some like product warnings on that side, Galactic Odyssey Collection Dominus Criminal Pursuit on the bottom, and nothing much on the back. But when you open this box up, you get some really cool art in here. I'll adjust the camera there. You can see it's like a whole map of the universe there. Really cool. You got Micron, Dominus, Botropolis, Biosphera, and Paradron. But very cool. Go ahead and close that up. Get that out of here. The box also includes this cool card here about Dominus, and there's that symbol there again. You've got a picture of the planet. It's Dominus. I'm imagining that would say Dominus and Cybertronian there. And then on the back here, you just have like some quick facts about Dominus. You can go ahead and pause and read that if you want. Pretty cool. But moving on. Alright, and today we're going to be taking a look at Punch/Counterpunch. And right now he is in his Autobot mode, Punch. So this is a very unique figure. So you know, like the concept of a triple changer, like Springer, how he has one robot mode, but he can also be a Cybertronian helicopter or a car. How he's got two alt modes. This guy is one vehicle with two robot modes. Yeah, let's angle the camera up a tiny bit. And there's really not very many other Transformers I can think of that kind of have a gimmick quite like that. But so this is Punch. This is his Autobot mode. Very cool. We'll take a look at Counterpunch in a moment. But very cool looking figure. He is a repaint of the Titan's Return Punch-Counterpunch, and I've actually heard that that one looks a little bit nicer, but I don't have it, so I don't know. But he's got these nice red hands, and it's got this really nice clashing blue and yellow color all over him as Punch. A lot of that yellow goes away as Counterpunch, but very cool. Definitely a cool looking figure. It's very slender too, and he has no feet. He just got the doors of his car mode there as his feet, so there's no feet articulation at all, but that's right. But we can take a look at his gun here. And being a Titan's Return figure, his gun is kind of a different shape to it. You can kind of tell just by feeling it that it's not quite the same as one of these like Earthrise guns. It just kind of got a different feel to it. I don't know. Something about the shape of it. It's way too square, I guess. But it looks pretty cool. It also has a little slot right there for vehicle mode storage, which is very nice. Get that out of here. For articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so it can get a little bit of, actually quite a bit of up and down, a little bit of side to side, and then it can spin full 360. His arms can also do a full 360. They're a little bit impeded in Counterpunch mode, but that's alright. I'll actually show you articulation, how it kind of changes when we get to Counterpunch mode. But his arms can do a full 360 as Punch. They can not really bend out very much at all without impeding or getting impeded by all this. But he does have a 90-degree elbow joint as well as bicep articulation and no hand articulation at all due to it flipping around for Counterpunch. So not so articulated on the arms, and there is an incredibly tight waist joint. And there is thigh articulation, but it is way too tight, and I'm not going to mess with that anymore. It does exist. You can see there's a peg in there. It does exist, but it's really tight. He can kick forward, not real far. He can kick back about a little bit further. And then he's got about 90-degree knees, and like I said earlier, no feet articulation. So when it comes to articulation, it's not the best. It's really not the best. Not gonna lie. But for a quick punch comparison, excuse me, we can bust out Earthrise Optimus Prime here, and the Velocitron Speedia Cosmos. And this is actually, I've been miscalling this Earthrise. This is actually the Kingdom. I don't know if there's any difference, but it's the Kingdom repack. But there you can kind of get a nice little size comparison. Get these guys out of here, and we can get him transformed into Counterpunch mode. It's pretty easy, but I will show you that in the transformation guide. Link to that will be in the description as well as right up here. Check that out. And here he is in Counterpunch mode. So as you see, he is now a Decepticon. But very, very unique figure. I don't really know of any other characters that have that gimmick. But he's got some nice red eyes under there. Kind of hard to see, but they are there. And Punch has blue eyes in there too. You can kind of see that. But flipping him around, as you see, a lot of that yellow kind of disappears. It's more just like a very subtle accent color now. Especially if you remove his gun. We already showed you this. It's the same gun. So nothing changed for accessories. But I will show you that articulation on the arms seems a little bit... You can kind of just bend it a little bit more. And there is a mushroom peg in there. Or not a mushroom peg, but like a... How do I show you that? Like a secondary shoulder joint up in there. But it doesn't really help you a whole lot. But I do feel like Counterpunch kind of has more arm articulation. You can kind of get away with moving the shoulder pieces a little bit easier and stuff. I just feel like Counterpunch is a little bit more articulated, but other than that small thing with the shoulders, it doesn't change at all. Mostly just looks. But very cool figure. I really like how this looks. And for a couple Decepticon comparisons here, we have him with his packmate, which is the Galactic Odyssey Barricade. And here he is with Retro Headmaster's Weird Wolf. So, all in all, pretty decent size for a deluxe, I would say. He's on the bigger side for a deluxe figure, especially with those shoulder pieces. But get them out of here. And we can go ahead and get Punch-Counterpunch here transformed into his vehicle mode. And once again, like I said, transformation guide will be down in the description as well as right up here. Check that out, and we can move on to the next part. Alright, so here he is in his vehicle mode. And as you can see, this is a Titan's Return figure, and it kind of just has a different vibe to it in vehicle mode. Like, you can tell it's more... There's definitely more of a, I don't know how you word it, like more of a Hot Wheels kind of feel to it, I guess. I don't know. It's got like the big old wheels, you know. I don't know. Whereas like the Earthrise vehicles, they're much more like real vehicles. This is definitely more like, I don't know, like supercar or extreme type deal. But I really like it. It kind of reminds me of a Bugatti, just a little bit. I know it doesn't really look a whole lot like one, but that's what I think of. It's got some nice weapon storage down here, like I was showing you when we were talking about accessories. It's got that slot right there and a little tab right here that you can kind of just push it onto, and it just holds real nicely. Doesn't really block anything either. It still doesn't really roll, but pretty cool. I do like how this looks. For some quick comparisons, here he is, and here is once again the Earthrise smokescreen. And as you can see, it's actually quite a bit bigger than Smokescreen. Quite a bit just beefier than the other mold that comes in this pack. I know this isn't Barricade, but same thing. But very cool. I do really like how this guy turned out. I wish it was a little bit more yellow in vehicle mode, but it also kind of, I don't know, this is like Counterpunch's alt mode. There's like kind of all the yellow disappears, but very cool looking. I mean, like it's got taillights. But so we can go ahead and get this guy transformed back into his robot mode, one of the two, and we can go ahead and get this video finished up. So once again, to check out that transformation guide, it'll be linked down in the description as well as right up here. Alright, and here we have Punch/Counterpunch back in his Autobot robot mode. Looking very nice. And to finish this video up, this is definitely a unique figure. Like, you don't see a whole lot of triple changers that have, I mean, it's technically, I forget, he does have a term, but it's not triple changer. But how he's got the 1 alt mode, 2 robot modes, it's fairly unique. I can't think of any other Transformer off the top of my head that has that gimmick. Ooh, let's hide that. But very cool. I definitely like this figure. If you're looking for 2 pretty unique figures, I would definitely recommend this 2-pack. It's might be a little bit more expensive nowadays, but it's definitely worth picking up if you're looking for these figures. I would give it a thumbs up. I hope you, if you own this figure, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and I hope you enjoyed that review, and I hope you have a good night.